Okay, next it says to sprinkle in the chili flakes.
We've already done that.
Okay, what number are we on?
Is this not your mother's recipe?
Yes, and now I'm passing it on to you. All right, so next it says you need to fold in the cheese.
I don't know what that means. What does folding the cheese mean?
It means you're gonna take the cheese and fold it in.
What do you mean, like fold it up like a piece of paper and put it in the pot?
Daniel, I cannot teach you everything in life.
Well, can you at least show me one thing?
Daniel, this is what you do. You take the cheese and you fold it in.
I don't know how to fold in broken cheese like that.
Daniel, I don't know how to be any more clear. You just take the cheese.
If you say fold it in one more time.
Fold it in, Daniel.
Is this not your recipe? You fold it in.
You know, Daniel?
Oh no.
Daniel?
You fold it in.
I can't hold this and fold the cheese in at the same time. Don't you dare, Daniel. What is this? It's bubbling. What does burnt smell like?
Lieutenant Tim Brook, been with Pinellas Park now, will be 26 years in December. I have 33 total years of service. As you get older, you don't recover as fast. Diet, hydration, flexibility is very important to maintain, and consistency.
My name is Bill Weaver. I'm a lieutenant with the Pinellas Park Fire Department, and I am working on my 19th year here. I've lost 72 pounds to date. The job was getting inherently harder. The job was catching up with me, and that was the time where I was like, I got to do something different. I started off slowly, just by doing some cardio, and then started working in the weights.
Last shift, I had to drag somebody from a bedroom out to a living room. There was no other option but one person to drag them. You're tired, you want to quit, but you have to keep on going to the next call or the next shift. Being physically fit helps you being mentally prepared.
Adding all these notches to the belt that I've had so far, those are huge, significant scales for me. I've gotten much more renewed energy. I'm transferring that into the guys as well. And when we get off the rig on a sea now, there's no more walking, it's running.
Don't stop working out. You're investing in yourself so you can have a 25, 30-year career. If I could do it all over again, I would do even more. It's the best job on the planet.
We're here today at one of our local Publixes to conduct our Thanksgiving shopping. We do this every single year. We get applications in for some families in need during the holiday season. And this is the time that we get together with a bunch of our off-duty crews and the support of our fire administration staff to come out and shop for meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then we'll go out and we'll actually deliver them to the families here this afternoon so they can have something to sit around the dinner table and have that family time and the conversations around a nice meal that we can provide for them.
We'll drive up to the houses and some of them are waiting, they're looking out the window. And when we knock on the door, there's just this just immense amount of joy and just gratitude of knowing that they can actually provide a full meal for their family this holiday season.
We make it fun. Everyone will get shopping carts, and we just kind of go up and down the aisles. The staff here also help us a lot as well.
We're a family department, so helping families in our communities is what we're all about.
Welcome to the City of Pinellas Parks City Council meeting. Our city offers superior parks, premium recreational services, exceptional public safety resources, optimal investment opportunities, and more. Our mayor and city council welcomes you to tonight's meeting.
Good evening. It is Tuesday, November 25th of 2025. Calling to order our city council meeting. We will have an invocation and pledge of allegiance. Please rise if you wish. Heavenly Father, we ask that you guide us this evening as we go over the agenda that is before us. As a whole, city council, to do what is best for our community. We ask that you reach out to those in our community that need you and your healing hands, especially with the holidays coming up, those who have loved ones that are no longer with us, that you know, let them know that they are angels above. We ask that you watch over our employees as they serve the community and bring them home safely each and every day to their loved ones. We ask that you watch over the military and their families. In thy name we do pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have Mr. Michael up here and the group from JWB?
All right. Up here we have Mr. McCurrack. He's the CEO of the Juvenile Welfare Board, as well as Yaya Garcia. She's a community engagement manager. We've had a long, strong partnership with the Juvenile Welfare Board over the last, I'd say, 7-8 years. They use the Public Works Operations Building for the Mid-County Community Council meetings. This is a place where they come in and a lot of different community leaders in Mid-County come together to help communities, families, and children and meet them where they have needs. They brought us in last week just to kind of highlight the partnership. They've been a great partner. They're a great organization, which makes it really easy for us to partner with, and we appreciate everything they do. Yaya is a servant leader in the community. She does a lot to help children, families, anybody in the community. She's a blessing to have in our community. I know you guys share her throughout the entire community and entire county, but we're blessed to have her in Pinellas Park, and she does a lot to serve the people and the families and the children of Pinellas Park. So we thank you for everything. And if you'd like to say something.
Sure. Just to echo what Keith said, thank you so much for your partnership and ongoing support of our local families. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us and our community. Thank you for being amazing partners.
We thank you for your partnership. We think that, actually, I know for Yaya, Pinellas Park is her favorite of all the organizations that she works with, because whenever she asks them to do something, they're there. They work hard, and they really focus in on the opportunities. JWB is turning 80 this year, so we have a lot to celebrate, but we have also a lot to do, and we're looking forward to continuing to work with you and your community to better service our children, to better provide valued opportunities for growth and development for our children. And we're going to be making some new announcements thanks to Ricky and some of the work that he's doing with us right now. Be prepared very shortly. We're going to be making an announcement that I think you'll all be very, very excited about as we work very hard to protect our children from cyberbullying, from the predators that are out there, as well as human trafficking. So be on the lookout for this. The sheriff and Ginny McBee are going to be making a very, very strong announcement very shortly.
I just want to say one thing. Pinellas Park is so dear and close to my heart. Los llevo en mi corazón. Thank you for all the support, and thank you for the amazing staff. Like Mr. McCure said, I asked the question, and the answer is, we don't know, but we will figure it out. And I think we're going to figure it out for the betterment of the community. Thank you.
Is he coming up now? Come on up, Rob. So we got a really special presentation tonight. Before I get to that, though, I want to thank Andrew for allowing me to do this presentation. I pretty much, ever since he got promoted, I thought we were all banned from the microphone, and everybody else forgot about the rest of us. You know, new young hotshot chief, youngest in the fire department, youngest in the county, and we weren't sure to ever let us do this again. So thank you for allowing that. Yeah. So the reason he allowed me to do this is me and Rob were hired right around the same time. We basically were probies together in 2000. I was July, you were November. We had a lot of good times back together. We spent 18 years together on C shift. And then we were eventually squad partners for quite some time, and we did a lot of good and made a lot of impact, I think, throughout the city during that time. So we're here tonight just to celebrate Rob's 25 years of service, Lieutenant Rob Day. Rob is from Clearwater, Florida, graduated from Clearwater High School. He's joined tonight by Robin, his wife of 26 years, and his daughter, Mila, who's 24, which I remember the day that he told me and Nick Del Grasso in the parking lot of Station 33 that Robin was pregnant. Rob's got 3 pets, Beans, Frankie, and Teeny, the cat. It was his childhood dream to be a firefighter since he was 7, and he loves the camaraderie of the job. In 1992, Rob started as a volunteer with Indian Rocks Beach. Then he joined Pasco County Fire Rescue, and then on November 13, 2000, we had the pleasure of having Rob join us. It was a Friday. And then in January of 2018, Rob got promoted to lieutenant, which is his current position. Throughout his career, he was an engine operator, squad operator, and truck operator. He was a member of the Pinellas County hazmat team and the technical rescue team. And he was also the former secretary of the local 2193 as the treasurer. Or I'm sorry, secretary. I apologize. In 2004, he was a paramedic of the year, and twice in 2005 and 2009, he was the fire department employee of the year. Rob's goals now are to finish his career and motivate and help young firefighters excel. Rob, on the behalf of City Council, the mayor, and the community and the fire department, we thank you for your 25 years of dedication, brother.
we present this plaque to Robert A. Day in appreciation and recognition of 25 years of continuous and loyal service as of the 13th day of November of 2025. And I am more than happy to pass this to you as long as you stick around for a little while longer. Okay.
First off, thanks to the city for hiring me 25 years ago. Thanks to my wife and my daughter for letting me do this and understanding what this job means. Thanks to my crews that show up here. Thanks to Tim Brook. We were roommates in fire school together, and I hated to run, and I still hate to run, but he pushed me and pushed me and pushed. So, and we're here together and finishing out this career, and I'm excited to see what this administration is going to do for the fire department and for the community. So again, thank you for allowing me to come do this and do this every day. And it's been a good ride. So hopefully we got a few more years left in the tank. But we'll get her figured out. So thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, hold it. All right, you all okay.
Please shake our hands. And we have one more tradition that we have started with our turkey pardon. Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful, a time to remember and embrace those who have enriched our lives, to gather with loved ones and reflect on our many blessings. Miss Ethel here is 5 years old and has provided countless children the unique opportunity of having close encounters of the feathered kind. She came to the farm in 2021 to spend the rest of her days relaxing in her pool and eating grapes. I am honored and privileged to be able to pardon her today. And on behalf of the entire City Council, we are wishing all of you guys a wonderful time with your family and friends this Thanksgiving season and coming up to Christmas. Thank you. I have one more announcement before we continue with our city council meeting, instead of waiting until the end. We need everybody to wish Keith Seville Jr. a happy birthday.
Wow.
So we won't sing.
You're welcome.
It'll be all off key. So we hope that you have had a wonderful day. I know you were at work, but maybe this weekend the family can make up for it. He'll stay busy. A big long honey-do list since you have an extra day off. At this time, we offer for citizens to come up and speak on anything that is not on the agenda this evening. And I have Dwayne Perry Cook that would like to come up and talk.
I have two issues.
Okay, when you come up to the podium, for the record, we need your, already have your name, so address
Yes.
for them.
Okay. Your Mayor, I have two issues. One is with this HOA and the management company. I filed a complaint with the, what they call them, the licensing people. I'm not getting results. The issue is, I went to the post office back in 2024. They told me to get on electronic emailing. Electronic emailing is a statute law in Florida. If a homeowner requests it, they have to put him on it. Two attorneys, one is Dan and one is, I'm filing a complaint with the Florida Bar, Stephen, telling their employees not to email to me, saying it's not statute law. I have an email from two managements of this terror management company. And the problem is there's no other means for me to get mail to my house because the U.S. Postal Service only forwards mail to zip codes. I had to get my mail forward to my neighbor this last year. The mail carrier is fully aware of the situation. What they would do, they'll mail letters, first letter, second letter, third letter, then a register letter, and try to charge me for it. That's what they're doing. Three of the board members that I never elect, they elect their own group. They don't get a quorum of more than this last meeting where they bully me. They don't even get a quorum more than 33, and they need a quorum of 60, even past the budget. I've got a copy for you of the recent complaint. Now, the other issue, Canadians have got fed up coming to Florida. Reason is, they come down here, try to come down here for 6 months, and it's not just Canadians, it's Germans, German friends on the beach, they don't want to come down. A lot of them have sold their homes. They got to pay capital gains tax, all that. They're not going to be coming back. I've got a report from the Canadian Snowbirds Association, and they said 70% out of the 100,000 it's dropped down to. Because one time in, I would say 2000, there was over 500,000 Canadians coming down to Florida. They did a report and it was published just recently in CBC News. I'm basically one of the 30% out of the 100,000 that's down here. A lot of them are planning to sell their homes. Oh, I'm over the 3 minutes.
Yeah, if you can just wrap it up for me, please.
Okay. Well, I want to wrap up. I'm one of the few down here. I'm probably going to have to spend Thanksgiving on my own. I go to the beaches. They're empty. No tours. I only will be able to see American people. Even young people have been talking to me about this situation. They're not happy with Florida because there's another issue. They can't own a home. A lot of people that are on homestead are living north. They have a Florida vehicle, but they're all up north in the summertime. They're in Ohio State, New York State, and a lot of the states. And that's unfair for me because they're getting a state tax break because they're not paying state taxes. And they might be paying more for auto insurance, but the problem is they're living in trailer parks or whatever up north where they could live there because it's warm enough, and they're just spending their winters down here. And they sell their homes up north and pay more money. And there's a lot of speculators. Okay.
Yeah, if I can just, the only thing that I can tell you as far as HOAs and things like that is to, which I know it will cost you money, but the cities don't have any boundaries or ruling over an HOA.
Okay.
We're not allowed to do that. So unfortunately, you would have to probably get an attorney to contact your HOA.
Yeah, well, that's why Canadians are selling. They're fed up. They didn't buy a home to pay for attorneys.
Yeah, so I'm, I appreciate your concerns and everything, but that's, city councils can't do anything with HOAs. It's on the books. The state of Florida is the only ones that can actually work with an HOA to have things done.
Well, the biggest issue is my property taxes going up 12.4%. They put the assessment value up 10%. I'm in one of the best pension plans in Canada. I don't get increases like that. And since 2000, they've been going up, 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 up. And we had 1 year where we were locked out of Florida because of the COVID. We couldn't get back in until November, till there was a new president. People that get their homes damaged by hurricanes, they get a tax break. We don't. Even this spring, we were forced to go back because immigration didn't understand the executive order that was written. I had a Nectus card. I didn't have to go back. I find out later. But immigration didn't understand. I had to leave early. We pay for emergency travel insurance to come down here, and we generally pay for 6 months. Even if we pay for emergency travel insurance, we get treated differently. I'm paying for EMS services. I pay international rate for EMS services. And this is what a lot of Canadians have had enough with. They're not happy. Both presidents, Karen, she lived in Indian Rock, she got out of former president.
I understand your concerns, but the items that you're bringing before us at City Council are beyond our city's control. I just will pass on the 2 articles I got here and the complaint I have with the licensing board.
You can give them to the city clerk's office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and then she can share them with the city council and staff. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there any other citizens that would like to come up and speak on any item that is not on the agenda this evening? Name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Winifred Larkin, 6864 118th Avenue North, Largo, Florida. I was here a month ago about the annexation of the TPH, which borders my property. So I was told that tonight that more things would be brought up on the agenda about it, and if they were going to be accepted.
You're actually talking about one of the items that's on the agenda this evening, so you can come up and speak when that item is.
I didn't see that on the agenda.
Here, you can have my hard copy.
Okay.
So that you can look it over, and when do you know what do you know the address of the one that you're wanting to speak on?
Mayor, I don't mean to interrupt. Yeah, so we had scheduled an annexation for the property located at 6868 118th Avenue North, but that has since been withdrawn by the applicant because they're still working with the city on their annexation agreement provisions. So it's not being heard before you tonight.
Okay, if you could give your information to this, they will notify you. Yes, ma'am. Is there anything else that anybody would like to talk about that's not on the agenda this evening? We do have a few items that are quasi-judicial, so I would like to ask city staff, as well as anybody who was going to speak on a quasi-judicial item, to stand and be sworn in, please.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to section 2, approval of minutes. Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion we approve regular council minutes of November 13th, 2025 as on file in the city clerk's office.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. All those in favor or against, please mark your Granicus.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Section 3, public hearing, item P1, ordinance number 2025-35.
Ordinance number 2025-35, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, accepting and approving a voluntary petition for annexation, annexing into the city a certain contiguous parcel of land generally located at 3355 70th Avenue North and legally described and depicted in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, providing for amendment of the legal description of the corporate boundaries of the city, providing for the assignment of city zoning classification, amending the city zoning map, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances conflicting herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P1, ordinance number 2025-35, public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening up the public hearing and turning it over to Danielle.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danielle Stewart. I'm the Long Range Planning Manager for the city, and today I'm going to be presenting items P1 and P2 together. Item P1 before you today is AX-2025-00003, and item P2 is LUPA-0525-00004. So the request before you tonight, item P1 is the annexation of a parcel located at 3355 70th Avenue North. And item P2 is the accompanying future land use map amendment designating the parcel as residential low medium. Here is an aerial map of the site. As you can see, it is located at the northeast corner of 34th Street and 70th Avenue North. The future land use map is shown here. The subject property is currently designated as residential low medium in the county, and upon approval, it would be redesignated as residential low medium within the city. And so the difference in colors there is just the difference in jurisdictions, but it would largely be the same. And same with the zoning. The subject property is currently zoned 1, 2, 3 family residential, or R4 in the county, and upon annexation it would be redesignated as duplex residential district, or RR4 designation. Here's the flood insurance rate map for the subject parcel. As you can see, it's located in flood zone X, which is a low risk flood zone. And here's a site photo for your information. And so we did add a couple of slides regarding the annexation agreement, just because there were a couple of special provisions, and that those are located within the ordinance and your staff report. So for the first special provision is that during site development, the owner shall complete connection of the property to the city sanitary sewer system at the existing manhole located at the intersection of 70th Avenue North and 34th Street North. It's currently served by county sewer, but upon annexation, it will be required to connect to city sewer. Provision number 2 states that within 90 days of annexation, the owner shall initiate the replat process and dedicate a 5-foot strip along the southern boundary of the property as public right-of-way for any future improvements that need to be made to that roadway. And then the third special provision is that within 1 calendar year, the owner shall submit and diligently pursue a PUD overlay district application because of the proposed lot sizes for that future development of the site. So in our zoning code, the R4 zone district requires a minimum lot area of 8,712 square feet, and they're proposing to redevelop this site into 4 single-family homes with lot sizes that vary between 7,205 and 7,214 square feet. So it's really about a 1,200 square foot reduction. So the Planning and Zoning Commission recommendation for these items for P1, P, and Z does not provide recommendations on annexations or their agreements, but on November 6, 2025, Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of the accompanying LUPA ordinance with the condition that the annexation ordinance be approved by City Council. And so with that, we list our findings that the subject property is contiguous to the city and does meet the annexation requirements that are outlined in statutes. The RLM future land use designation has been determined to be the most appropriate for the property, and together with the annexation special provisions, that the request is consistent with the Land Development Code as well as the comprehensive plan. So with that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions on item P1? Seeing none, is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item P1? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. I make a motion we pass ordinance number 2025-35, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made and second. All those, please vote on your Granicus.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Item number B2, ordinance number 2025-42.
Ordinance number 2025-42, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official land use plan map by providing the land use designation of residential low medium RLM for certain lands generally located at 3355 70th Avenue North and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adoptive comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P2, ordinance number 2025-42, public hearing, second and final reading. I'm opening the public hearing and turning it over to Daniel, just in case we have anything left.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, for the record, my name is Danielle Stewart, but I would like to enter into the record the presentation for item P1 for item P2.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions on item P2? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on item P2? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion we pass ordinance number 2025-42, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made and second. Please cast your ballots on the Granicus.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Item P3, ordinance number 2025-37.
Ordinance number 2025-37, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, accepting and approving a voluntary petition for annexation, annexing into the city a certain contiguous parcel of land generally located at 6323 67th Lane North, together with the adjacent right-of-way of 67th Lane North, and legally described and depicted in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, providing for amendment of the legal description of the corporate boundaries of the city, providing for the assignment of city zoning classification, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances conflicting herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P3, ordinance number 2025-37, public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening this public hearing and turning it over to Danielle for more information.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, for the record, my name is Danielle Stewart. I'm the Long Range Planning Manager with the city, and P3 and P4 are going to be presented together as their related case numbers. Item P3 before you today is AX-2025-00006, and item P4 is LUPA-0725-00007. So So the request before you for these items, item P3 is the annexation of a parcel located at 632 367th Lane North. And item P4 is the accompanying land use plan amendment, redesignating that parcel as residential low medium. And here is the aerial map of that site. As you can see, some of the parcel lines are a little bit off in some of these aerials. That just has to do with the projection of the parcel lines over the image. But I can assure you that the house is completely contained within the parcel lines. For the future land use map, the subject property is currently designated as residential low in the county, and the request is to designate it to residential low medium upon annexation, consistent with the other properties in this neighborhood that have been annexed into the city's limits. For zoning, the subject property is currently zoned residential mobile / manufactured home in the county due to its previous use, but upon annexation, it will be designated as duplex residential district or R4, consistent with the other annexed properties within that neighborhood. Here's the flood insurance rate map for the subject parcel. As you can see, it's located within flood zone X, which is a low risk flood zone. And here's a site photo. This annexation agreement also included special provisions, so we just have a slide on that. So within 90 days of the effective date of the annexation ordinance, the owner will deed the west 7.5 feet of the property to the city as right-of-way, as shown in Exhibit B. This is for the installation of sidewalks at a future date. So for the Planning and Zoning Commission recommendation for these items, for item P3, P&Z does not provide recommendations on annexations or their agreements. And for item P4 on October 2nd, 2025, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of the land use plan amendment with the condition that the annexation ordinance is also approved by City Council. So with that are our findings that the subject property is contiguous to the city and meets all of the annexation requirements as set forth in statutes. 2, that the RLM future land use designation has been determined to be the most appropriate for this property and that the request is consistent with the Land Development Code as well as the comprehensive plan. So with that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Does City Council have any questions of Danielle on this item? Seeing none. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at its second and final reading and entertain a motion. By Councilwoman Reed.
Make a motion that we pass.
Make a motion that we pass ordinance number 2025-37, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. Please cast your ballots on the Granicus.
Motion carry unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item P4, ordinance number 2025-40.
Ordinance number 2025-40, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official land use plan map by providing the land use designation of residential low medium, RLM, for certain lands generally located at 6323 67th Lane North, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adoptive comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P4's ordinance number 2025-40's public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Danielle just in case there's anything else.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, for the record, my name is Danielle Stewart, and I'm the Long Range Planning Manager. I'd like to enter into the record the presentation from item P3 for item P4 for this.
Thank you. City Council have any questions on the LUPA? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by City Council. Councilwoman Reed, Cadell.
Go ahead, Tim.
Go ahead, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Move that we pass ordinance 2025-40, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Please cast your ballots on Granicus.
Motion carry unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item P5, ordinance number 2025-39.
Ordinance number 2025-39, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, accepting and approving a voluntary petition for annexation, annexing into the city a certain contiguous parcel of land generally located at 6347 67th Lane North, together with the adjacent right-of-way of 67th Lane North, and legally described and depicted in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, providing for an amendment of the legal description of the corporate boundaries of the city, providing for the assignment of city zoning classification, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances conflicting herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P5, ordinance number 2025-39, public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Danielle.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, for the record, my name is Danielle Stewart, and I'm the Long Range Planning Manager. And before you is the presentation for items P5 and P6. Item P5 is case number AX-2025-00008, and P6 is LUPA-0725-00009. And the request before you today, item P5 is the annexation ordinance associated with the annexation of 6347 67th Lane North, and then item P6 is that accompanying future land use map amendment redesignating the parcel as residential low medium upon annexation. Again, here's an aerial map of the property. As you can see, the projection is a little funky for this one too, but I can assure you that the property is fully contained within those parcel lines, but the subject property is located at 6347 67th Lane North. The future land use map designation is residential low currently as it's in the county, but the request before you for item P6 is to redesignate it to residential low medium upon annexation consistent with the rest of the neighborhood. The subject property is currently zoned residential mobile / manufactured home in the county due to its previous use, but since it's been redeveloped into a single family home upon annexation, it will be redesignated as duplex residential or R4. Here's the flood insurance rate map for that subject property. As you can see, it is located within flood zone X, which is a low risk flood zone. And here's a photo of the site. So this annexation agreement also included special provisions, the same as the previous case, that within 90 days of the effective date of the annexation ordinance, the owner will deed the west 7.5 feet of the property to the city as right-of-way. That is for the installation of sidewalks, and that process is currently in process internally with the city. So for the Planning and Zoning Commission recommendations for item P5, P&Z does not provide recommendations on annexations or their accompanying agreements, but for item P6, on October 2nd, 2025, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of the land use plan amendment with the condition that the annexation ordinance is also approved by council. And so our findings are the following: that the subject property is contiguous to the city and meets all annexation requirements as outlined in statutes, that the RLM future land use designation has been determined to be the most appropriate for the property, and that the request is consistent with both the Land Development Code as well as the adopted comprehensive plan. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any additional questions you might have.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions of Danielle? Seeing none, is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by City Council. Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion. We pass ordinance number 2025-39, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. Please cast your ballots on Granicus for me. Thank you.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item P6, ordinance number 2025-41.
Ordinance number 2025-41, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official land use plan map by providing the land use designation of residential low medium RLM for certain lands generally located at 6347 67th Lane North, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P6, ordinance number 2025-41's public hearing,
second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Danielle just in case there's anything else.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, for the record, my name is Danielle Stewart. I'm the Long Range Planning Manager, but I would like to enter into the record the presentation from item P5 for item P6. Thank you.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions on item P6? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by one of the council members. Councilwoman Reed.
I make a motion that we pass ordinance number 2025-41, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Please cast your ballots on Granicus.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Item P7, ordinance number 2025-43.
Ordinance number 2025-43, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending Chapter 16, Section 16-126 regarding impoundment of motor vehicles used to facilitate crimes by adding offenses, providing for codification, providing for severability, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you very much. Item P7, ordinance number 2025-43's public hearing, second and final reading, and I'm turning it over.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give Danielle a break from speaking, and I'll chat for a couple minutes. The police department right now is proposing, in addition to our city's current vehicle ordinance and impoundment, we're looking to add several of these statutes. The goals of adding these statutes are to enhance public safety and reduce dangerous driving behaviors. We're attempting to align the city ordinance with recent changes in our Florida statutes, which will expand our authority to impound vehicles which were utilized in some of our serious offenses. The proposed statutes that we're going to add are a brand new statute from the state. The first one is dangerous and excessive speeding. Second is leaving the scene of a crash, specifically with hit and run injuries. Third is felon in possession of a firearm. The fourth is possession of a short-barreled rifle and shotgun outside of an NFA item. And then the last one is fleeing and eluding and attempted to elude a law enforcement officer. We believe these statute additions are necessary because they target high-risk behavior that continue to pose a danger to our community, and allows us to to target repeat offenders by immediately removing the vehicle that they're using to facilitate these issues. And lastly is targeting aggressive speeding, eluding, and other factors which cause serious crashes along our community and across the state. This will have no operational impact. We are currently only expanding the list of Florida statutes that pertain to this ordinance. So our final recommendation is that the police department recommends the adoption of the addition of these statutes to our current ordinance, allowing us to enhance public safety through state laws and target dangerous driving, which currently pose a great risk to our community. And I have opened up to any questions you may or may not have.
Any questions by City Council? The possession of the short barrel rifle / shotgun, that's the ones that are federally deemed illegal.
Correct. So pretty much
Like
anybody
a
that
sawed-off shotgun or
anybody that doesn't possess like a Class 3 firearms license, so as long as it's not being possessed legally, specifically targeting like the laser printers, people utilizing those and going outside of like federal firearms regulations, things like that, ma'am.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on item P7? Seeing none. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Closing the public hearing at its second and final reading and entertaining a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion we pass ordinance number 2025-43, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Please cast your ballots.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item P8, ordinance number 2025-44.
Ordinance number 2025-44, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending Chapter 16 offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pinellas Park by amending Section 16-113 alarm systems, false alarms, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for codification in the Code of Ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P8, ordinance number 2025-44, public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over.
Thank you. I am Carrie Moss. I'm the Community Compliance Supervisor here at Pinellas Park in the Community Compliance Unit. So we are proposing a change to the false alarm just to update the system. Just to give you a little background on this, of course, police, fire receive false alarms all the time. Unfortunately, a majority of them, or we should have alarm calls. Unfortunately, a majority of them are false alarms. The problem with this is they're priority calls. So for everyone that the police department gets, at least 2 officers have to go out. So if there is 2 alarm calls at the same time, if one is an actual call, 2 officers still have to go to the other call. For the fire department, there are 5 trucks and 1 goes to the call. So we're using our resources to go to calls that there is no issue happening at those locations. So to give you some numbers, from January 1st to October 31st of this year, the police department had 1,545 false alarms, which is about 5% of their calls for service during that time frame. In 2024, the fire department had 225 false alarms, which is approximately 13% of their calls. So once again, resources are being diverted. Maybe, there we go. So for our current false alarm, how it works, and this is both for fire and PD, every month, any property in the city, residential or commercial, gets 1 call for free. So you have a false alarm, we go out there, nothing is done. For any subsequent false alarm during that month, it is $50 per call. And then the next month on the 1st, it starts all over. You get 1 free and then we come out. We do invoice these properties, and we can add and often do have to add a $25 fee if they don't make the payment within the first 30 days. So I want to kind of walk you, it's not just the false alarms and the PD and the fire go out and that happens. I want to walk you what my staff does after we get these false alarms. So on the 1st of every month, my staff has to read these. So this 1,545 false alarms that have come in for the PD, somebody has opened them, has read every single one. Because we want to ensure that it is not the weather that it's causing it. We want to make sure it truly was a false alarm. It wasn't a school or a government building or a place of worship. Those don't fall into this category. So all of them get read. We go into the accounting system. We create their accounts. We create the invoices and we mail them. 30 days later, we go back in. We create another invoice, add the $25 fee, mail them again. 30 days after that, whoever still hasn't paid, we create a third and final invoice, mail it, and then a staff member also hand delivers this to the property. So, and also for the second and third letter that goes out, it goes to the business that had the false alarm, their registered agent, the property owner, and their registered agent if it's a business. So if you have all of that, we're sending out 10 letters with invoices just to get, it could be a $50 alarm paid. Once that happens, if it's still not paid, it goes to collections. Now, throughout this 4-month process, payments are coming in. Well, then the accounting staff has to process that, has to notify us that it's paid. We have to take it off our list. So I'm sure going to a call is not simple, but it's not just going to the call and then coming back and we're done. So we want to propose some changes in order to hopefully get these alarms fixed in a more timely manner, or staff, if it's a business, trained on how to use the alarms. So what we want to propose is that instead of 1 false alarm per month, it is 3 per calendar year from January 1 to December 31st. That way, if it's a new alarm system and people have to be trained, or if there's a problem with the system, and they have 3 times before any fees are added. The 4th false alarm for the year will be $50. The 5th false alarm will be $100. The 6th and any after that will be $250 per alarm. And we want to increase the false alarm late payment fee to $50. We are asking for a effective date of January 1st. That way we can stick with that calendar year. Any and all letters that will be sent out from this point forward, so that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th letters, anything from November and anything from December, we're going to put literature in there to let them know that these will be increasing if this is passed. So these businesses that are repeating will know that, hey, it's about to increase for any false alarms that come after January 1st. And lastly, the intent of this is just to motivate them to get this fixed. One of our highest ones, we had a $750 false alarm bill for 1 month. That's 16 calls in 1 month that we had to send officers to. So we just want this fixed. I'm not trying to penalize you. I just want it fixed. We want you to fix these alarms. So that is all I have. And are there any questions?
Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks, Carrie, for your presentation. Where do you, when you're creating these invoices and stuff in the system, is that generated from data you have from BTRs as far as the points of contact for these businesses?
So yes. So what we do, because that's what we do all day long. So code enforcement research businesses and we search BTRs. So what we'll do is I'll go to, I don't want to name a business, McDonald's. I don't think we've had any for McDonald's. So I'll go to this specific McDonald's and I will research, do they have a point of contact that's a different address than just the location? We go to Sunbiz to find the actual registered agent. I go to the property appraiser to find that owner. So we do all we use all the resources we have.
Perfect. Thank you.
And it sounds like you have some that are continuous repeat offenders.
We do. And one thing I can add to kind of appease some is we do have the ability, if somebody calls us and says, hey, I just got this alarm or this alarm is broken, here, I can show you where I've called the company out there, I'm getting this fixed. We can work with them and maybe not add the late fee or maybe do something. It's not as hard and fast. We do work with them if they can tell us what's going on and give us a reason why, if something's happening. We've had companies who the corporate is the one who pays the bill. So the business gets it on site here, but then they have to send it away. So it's not going to be paid for 30 days. They'll call, hey, we just got it. Okay, we'll waive the late fee. That's fine. So we do work with them in those circumstances.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion, we pass ordinance number 2025-44, public hearing, second and final reading.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. Please cast your ballots on Granicus. Thank you.
Motion carried unanimously.
Moving on to Section 4, Consent Agenda Item C1.
C1, authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept a right-of-way easement from Meliv Properties LLC for the property located at 5140 70th Avenue North. C2, authorization for the City of Pinellas Park to accept a right-of-way easement from Johnson S. Creel as trustee of the John S. Creel Dynasty Trust for the property located at 9999 64th Street North. C3, ordinance number 2025-45, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending Chapter 7 taxation by amending Article 3 economic development incentives by establishing an exemption from certain ad valorem taxation for certain new businesses and expansions of existing businesses, providing for enactment authority, providing for findings of fact, providing for definitions, providing for the establishment of an economic development ad valorem tax exemption process, requiring a request for exemption resolution by City Council, requiring an application for exemption, providing for City Council's consideration of applications, and providing for eligibility criteria, providing for no application fees, providing for continuing performance, providing for City Council revocation of exemption, providing for a sunset date, providing for repeal of all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for severability, providing for the inclusion of such amended ordinance in the Code of Ordinances, and providing for an effective date. C4, appointment of Board of Adjustment BOA members to serve as alternate members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. C5, appointment of Planning and Zoning Commission members to serve as members of the Board of Adjustment BOA. C6, appointment of Board of Adjustment BOA members to serve as alternate members for the Board of Adjustment BOA. C7, authorization for the mayor to sign a post-storm recovery services interlocal agreement between the City of Pinellas Park and Pinellas County. C8, appointment to the Pinellas Park Police Officers Pension Board of Trustees. C9, authorization to purchase under Florida Sheriff's Association contract FSA 23-EQU 21.1. C10, authorization to purchase under Sourcewell contract 010925-BAN. C11, award of bid ITB 25-023 pickleball courts at Davis Commons. C12, authorization for the mayor to sign a facility encroachment agreement with CSX Transportation, Inc. C13, authorization for change order number one for RFP 22/006 design build agreement for the Sprouse Horizon Sports Park.
That is it. Councilwoman Reed.
Okay. Mayor Bradbury, I'd like to make a motion that we pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate for item C1 through C13 inclusive. Do we have an inclusive?
C1 through 13 is.
No, I know that, but we didn't have one that we pulled because this one has it. There's been a, okay. Inclusive and being first reading prior to public hearing was second by, I didn't get a paper, so that's why we're having an issue here. So let me start again. Hold on, we gotta change this to. So I'd like to make a motion that we pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate, item C1 through C13 inclusive, and this is the first reading prior to public hearing and seconded by Richard Butler. Is that right? Yes? Okay. Our next council meeting will be December 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Second.
Wait a second. Okay. Thank you. I have a first and a second. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on items C1 through C13? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any none? Okay. We
Motion
have
carried unanimously.
Thank you. We have no regular agenda items this evening. So at this time, I would like to ask Ms. Patty Reed, our councilwoman over here, do you have anything to announce before the next council meeting?
I don't think so, other than I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. My big thing is to make sure you check on your friends, your family, your neighbors, people that you are not sure. You don't have to get in their business, but you can at least say hi or see how they're doing. They might be having a bad day. So just make our village strong and have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Mayor. It was a pretty awesome couple weeks in the city. Just kudos to all of our staff, whether it be the Ag Fest at the farm or the giveaway for Teamworks at Broderick. Both really great events. And just, ditto on Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Ask that everybody keep those that have to work on Thanksgiving, our first responders, our public works folks that are on call that don't get to enjoy those holidays the way most of us are fortunate to, and just thank them for their service.
Absolutely. Vice Mayor.
Yes, I also wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and called everybody's attention that this is a busy time of year coming up, and there's going to be all kinds of things going on here in the city that you'll hear about, I'm sure, in a couple minutes. But participate with what you can, what you're able to do, and keep in mind those around you who may need help this time of year when we get busy celebrating and might lose sight of people that need help. So I just want to encourage everybody to participate in everything. It's just it's such a wonderful place to be, and there's so many things going on in this city all the time that right now you're just going to have too many to choose from. So pick what you can and try to participate.
Thank you, sir. City Clerk's office. Nick?
Good evening. I'm here to tell you about all the great things that Councilman Cadell was talking about. All the wonderful things to put on your calendar. As a reminder, November 27th through 29th, all of the city staffed facilities are going to be closed. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you, Mayor, for the pardon of Ethel at the farm earlier in the meeting. Next week, elves are delivering Santa's letterbox to City Hall. Kiddos are invited to stop by to mail their letters to Santa Claus. Holiday in the Park will be December 5th and 6th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at England Brothers Park. The tree lighting on the 5th is at 6 p.m. and the choir starts at 6:15, so don't miss out.
Breakfast with Santa is going to be December 6th at the Public Works Operations Center. There are very few spots remaining, so you can sign up now online for a holiday in Whoville kind of morning. And the last pancake breakfast at the Senior Center is going to be on Wednesday, December 10th at 8 a.m. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Keith, birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday again. Liz Sharon. Nope. Chiefs. Nothing. Staff down here. Nothing. Hit the gap. I will when I say that we hope that everybody has a blessed couple of weeks till we see you again. It'll fall back on a Thursday again. And as Patty always reminds everybody to check on your neighbors and have a blessed couple of weeks.